Hey folks, it's David Bourne from newwildmedia.com, and in this episode we are looking at WordPress settings, making sure your site is set up correctly from the get-go, and very important thing to do. This is the New Wild Media broadcast. I'm David Bourne, and today's topic, WordPress settings, getting things set up right from the start. All right, we've logged in here to the back end of WordPress, and if you're not seeing this, make sure your menu is uncollapsed. Your dashboard is usually what you see first. The thing to know about the dashboard is just you can move it around. And you also have an update button, which you should be warned on a regular basis if you have anything that needs to be updated. But it is very important that you update WordPress. I like to have my sites set up to be updated automatically. It's pretty critical so you can escape any ugly spam or evil attackers who may want to try to get into your site, especially if you have an old version of WordPress. So don't do that. That's very important that you keep your site updated. All of these settings that we're about to go in will be useless if you do not update your site if it gets hacked. So do that. Now let's go into the settings. We'll start out with general, and in general you can change your email address. You can change the address of the blog. There's a ton of stuff. Just read all of it. You're probably going to want to change your site title from the beginning, perhaps your tagline, and another very important piece, your time zone. Make sure it matches up. And if any of these other formats work for you, go ahead and change those too. Make sure you hit the Save Changes button at the end. All right, under writing, the main thing to know is that you can post via email if you think you might need to do that. Reading, this one is pretty important because a lot of times folks don't want their home page to be the place where their posts show up. So if you've got your updates page, if you want it to be a static page, you can click that. And you can say, okay, well, I want my front page to be this page, the about page, and I want my post page to be the blog page. That way, your users would have to click on the menu link blog or find that page somehow to see your updates. Maybe you would call it news instead of blog. All right, so make sure you save changes if you do that. And discussion, there's not a lot here that's super important from the beginning. Just know that if you want to turn off comments, this is where you do it. You will still be able to turn on comments for your posts individually. You can do that on the post page themselves. And that goes for pages as well as posts, by the way. That's why they're calling them articles here, which encapsulates both things. And of course there's lots of other settings, but that's the main one you need to know. I'm going to skip over media. Permalinks is an incredibly important one if you want people to be able to read your links up here. This is called the URL, and I'll give you an example here. If you want folks to be able to read the words in the language that you speak, you see here, training site for outdoor nature folks coming soon. I did change this, cut out coming soon, but WordPress by default puts in this kind of cryptic, look right here, this pretty cryptic looking code as an identifier. They use that internally, but you do not want to use that for your web pages. So I've got another video that talks about that, but basically choose post name. That's the one I like. Save your changes. Akismet. You will be getting spam in your comments. You will have comment spam unless you turn comments completely off. So you will need to put in an API key here. You're going to get that from the folks who make WordPress. and just Google Akismet or Akismet account, and you can very easily find out where to make an account for that. So those are the basic settings for WordPress, and setting them up from the beginning will get you on the right track. So please do that. And I've mentioned a bunch of different topics in this video. Where I have more detailed videos, I will provide the link for you, or you will see it either on the web page where you found this video or within the video itself. So stay tuned to that and come back if they're not there yet, because I haven't written them yet. But they'll be there, I promise. See you soon.